What's up, Fight Freaks? I'm the Combat Remix, bringing you the MMA Fix you so desperately need if you're a diehard fan. And not someone who thinks a sickle sweep is a disease. We got another MMA Top 10 list where we are counting down the top 10 MMA YouTube channels. Yes, this list is a complete redo, and I'll tell you why. During the preparation of making this list, figuring out what channels I was going to have and what order they were going to be in, there were just too many changes to several channels. Other channels had popped up, others had really gained in popularity. By the time the list came out, it didn't even reflect my honest opinion anymore. But now the changes have been accounted for, so here we go one more time around. But first, my disclaimer, I know that everybody on the internet is always so positive and never has a bad thing to say about anyone. But just in case, I want to point out that your list may totally look different than mine. It's my personal top 10 channel, and I'm not even saying that your number one favorite MMA YouTube channel even has to be on this list. Just because this list is a remake doesn't mean it was still easy to figure out what channels I was going to use and what order they were going to be in. So while I'm opening myself up to potential comments about how I'm a damn fool because I put my number 7 pick above my number 8 pick, let's do our best to keep our angry comments to a minimum. And just so you guys know, I didn't include the UFC YouTube channel in this because one, they have the rights to all the fights and that's kind of hard to compete with, and also I'm not including the Joe Rogan podcast because they're not purely an MMA podcast. While I do love the Fight Companions and the specifically MMA podcasts, that still only accounts for a small portion of the overall channel. So with all that being said, let's get to number 10. Kicking off the countdown, we have MMA Digest. If you love getting MMA news and fight results in a timely manner, but hate listening to 15-minute long clips, this is definitely an MMA channel you should be following.
Even though UFC President Dana White wants him to take on Jared Cannonier, Chris Weidman has moved out of the middleweight division and is going up to 205, following the same steps that his former opponent Luke Rockhold has also done. With those two leaving the weight class, 6 fighters in the division will move up 2 spots.
Number 9 spot goes to Below the Belt with Brendan Schaub. I know Schaub has his haters, but sometimes after listening to analysts and journalists, it's nice to have a retired fighter's point of view.
He still has to deal with me. If I see him at Whole Foods, I'm gonna still slap that dude up.
Whole Foods. Yeah, I'm telling you, just with all that. But listen, that's just off the top of that's Jorge Masvidal. Yeah, he's not pre-thinking this stuff, Colby Covington style, Chael Sonnen style.
Plus, his fighter interviews on his Food Truck Diaries really secured his spot on this list. Most of these fighters appear to be way more open to Schaub than they do with some of their other past interviews they did with MMA journalists. Our number 8 spot goes to the Montage King MMA. Despite the fact this channel hasn't uploaded a new video in over 10 months, I still wanted to include them in this list because, for one, I really do enjoy their MMA top 10 lists, but also if you're not familiar with this channel, their top 10 lists are not necessarily time sensitive, and you can almost watch all of them as if they were just uploaded.
The Nevada Commission is often looked down on, known mostly for their ridiculous rulings and absurd punishments. This is a list of some of the most controversial decisions handed down from the NSAC, making them some of the dumbest rulings from the Nevada Athletic Commission.
Now, while most MMA channels who do some top 10 lists regurgitate the same lists over and over again, this particular channel does some pretty rare top 10 lists that you're not going to see in many other channels. Our number 7 spot goes to ESPN MMA. And while this is mostly to Ariel Helwani switching companies and now having a show on ESPN, I'd have to say my like for the content has really grown with all the work that he's done with both Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen.
I think Adesanya likely has the better skills, but as of today, right now, I do not believe he could beat John Jones, and I think my opinion could change with a couple of kilograms.
Number 6 spot goes to MMA On Point. While this channel primarily handles MMA top 10 lists, you'll also see live chats and post-fight discussion. But because this channel is run by several different people, you're always guaranteed to get slightly different opinions, whether it's a top 10 list or certain MMA news or updates or fight results, bad decisions, you name it, all things MMA.
I'm Jason from MMA On Point, and these are the 10 sorest losers in MMA history.
I'm Tom from MMA On Point, and here are 10 incredibly embarrassing moments in MMA.
I'm Tommy from MMA On Point, and these are the top 10 scandals in MMA history.
And it certainly guarantees some entertainment factor when one of the people who is part of the channel is also the creator of Tommy Toehold. This guy brings a lot of fun to his videos.
And today we're going to dive into the mud a bit and run down those scandals that rocked the MMA world to its core.
Not quite my tempo.
Our number 5 spot goes to the Weasel. If you like intelligent fight breakdowns, you definitely want to follow the channel if you're not already doing so.
What's up, guys? So Robert Whittaker versus Darren Till is set to headline the Fight Island card on July 25th.
And while I consider myself late to the party with following this particular channel, I have to say it's hands down one of my favorites to listen to. Now, I know particular fight breakdowns can come across as rather dry, but this guy is one of the best at making it seem entertaining.
The speed and striking style of Darren Till is going to give Whitaker problems. But if Whitaker comes out there and respects the power and respects the striking of Darren Till, and he starts setting things up, stutter stepping his way in, stopping his combinations and attacks, such as he throws a jab in your face, mask a step behind it, stutter steps to see your reaction, throws another jab, throws the right high kick when he notices that you're leaning a certain direction, stuff like that, Robert Whitaker is a master at inflicting damage.
Our number 4 spot goes to the Tommy Toehold Show. I love MMA and I love comedy. If you can mix the two together, you're guaranteed to get my attention. Whenever there's a crazy MMA situation, I'm always excited to see what Tommy Toehold has to say about it in his own little particular comedic spin. And his post-press fight conferences are probably my favorite.
Who's got the first question? Dana, why are Cub Swanson and Duho Choi glowing and floating? Because their fight was so awesome, they literally became gods. Yeah. They're gods now. And it's pretty cool being able to see all time simultaneously now. This is indeed enjoyable. Duho, I thought you didn't speak English. I speak all languages now.
Or is it the Nate Diaz shoutouts? Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
Real quick shout out to all my boys back in Stockton. Nick, Gil, Jake, Caesar, Robocop, Dunkaroos for being the only snack food that was inspired by kangaroos, The Undertaker, James and the Giant Peach, Paper Clips, Signatures for being our names, Maya Angelou, the Cincinnati Bengals, the month of October, microwaves for cooking food with magic, Czechoslovakia, Barbra Streisand, pancakes, ketchup for being liquid tomatoes, Eminem both the food and the person, Pumas both the shoe and the animal, Plato both the philosopher and the toy, Badgers, Cantaloupes, Mariska Hargitay, Falcons for being majestic and mysterious as fuck, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Clouds for giving rain a place to live, Donkey Kong's Jungle Beat for the Wii, Mittens, Botany, Robert Downey Jr. because fuck Captain America, Wheels, Copper, Colons, both the organ and the punctuation mark, Queen Latifah.
Either way, all the fighter impressions are hilarious, and if you don't like them, you're probably a more miserable person than Luke Thomas. You the man, Luke. Our number 3 spot goes to Kamikaze Overdrive MMA Predictions. In terms of fight predictions, this is my personal favorite MMA channel. Just knowing the amount of research and preparation that goes into all his videos makes me want to take a nap. But that's why his videos are based in such hard statistics.
And you look at Junior Dos Santos, 80% takedown defense, one of the best guys at defending takedowns in the division. And he averages less than 0.5 takedowns per fight. So it's going to be hard for Lewis to take him down, and it's going to be hard for him to defend a takedown and get on top of Junior. Once Lewis slows down, Junior's going to hurt him. Again, I wouldn't be shocked to see this fight go the distance, but my prediction is Junior Dos Santos to defeat Derek Lewis by TKO.
Even if he gets a fight wrong, you have to say that everything he said in the breakdown was 100% correct.
Koscheck completes 54% of his takedowns, averaging 2.73 per 15 minutes. Kosche's speed and explosiveness makes his shot hard to defend against, as he is able to drive through his opponent and keep driving until he completes the takedown. Mike Pierce, although lesser known in MMA, was also an NCAA Division I wrestler competing for Portland State University. 3 of his 4 defeats have come against some of the best wrestlers in the business, in Mark Munoz, John Fitch, and Johnny Hendricks. Pierce put up some big takedown numbers in the early part of his UFC career, but has since diversified his attack as his striking has developed. Also works effectively from the clinch, tying his opponent up and attacking with short punches and then punishing them on the exit with a slashing elbow strike.
So if you love fight breakdowns based on hard statistics, you definitely want to take a look at his channel. And if you love betting strategy, take a look at his website, kamikazeoverdrive.net. Our number 2 spot goes to MMA Nuts. I already said I love mixing MMA with comedy, so when you get 2 guys joking with each other, talking about the fights, you're bound to get some memorable moments.
Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 426.
426!
My name's Ingo Weigel.
Background of the show, Byron fans, foreign fans, block line, tweet serious, and ridiculous.
Now, while I don't directly follow their channel for their fight picks, I love that they don't shy away from their honest opinions, they're not PC, and they don't give a damn if you agree with them or not.
That'll be interesting if George can take him down and stay on top.
Because I really think he's gonna grapple the out of out of Bisping.
Yeah, because Bisping's not used to that.
He's not gonna expect that.
Typically not what happens.
Like whoa, what's going on? Oh, why is my knee getting shoved up my asshole right now? It's not supposed to go that far.
Good. My toe is hurting my throat.
So before I get to my number 1 pick, I'm going to ramble off several honorable mentions, those being ESPN MMA, MMA Release, Full Mount MMA, and MMA Fighting. You're probably surprised to hear that last one is an honorable mention considering it used to be my favorite channel of all time, but no MMA Beat, no more MMA Hour, Luke Thomas isn't doing the live chat anymore. Now while they're still doing the live chat, when Sean Al-Shadi left the company, I had to pull the channel off the top 10. Here we are at my number 1 pick. My favorite MMA YouTube channel is Morning Combat. Now I'm sure this isn't shocking to most of you. I'm a fan of the content that Luke Thomas tends to put out, but the content is immediately elevated when you take Luke Thomas and you combine him with a perfect co-host of Brian Campbell.
Reveille, donks. Look at us now, tip to tip. This is our life. This is our passion. That's the spirit we bring to this show.
I'm Luke Thomas.
I'm Brian Campbell.
This is Morning Combat.
One with a miserably dry demeanor, and the other making lowbrow jokes while making esoteric 90s references that I don't care if anybody else gets them because I think they're hilarious.
Some people on Twitter are saying very massage parlor-esque.
Very.
Mine's a little bit more rugged. There's tips, there's construction, there's...
Mine is Orchids of Asia, where the owner of the Patriots gets handies, and then yours is the Narcos.
Tell the truth, all right? And on Mondays at noon, work sucks, I know. This is the remedy right there, okay?
And also, there's no marketing in this world like WOM, word of mouth. That's the #1 form of marketing. So
that's how you can pass a lot of STDs that way, too.
Look, dual threat.
Yes.
Dual threat.
Yes.
Big props to Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell of Morning Combat. You hold the highest honor of being my favorite YouTube MMA channel.
What do you need from us? You need more dongs? What do you need, all right?
You wonder why I'm depressed all the time.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments below any other top 10 lists you'd like me to do.
Up there, what's your reaction to Yoel missing weight?
Hey, back the fuck up, you.
Primero que nada, le quisiera agradecer a todos los medios por estar aquí, por estar tan interesados.
Come again?
A toda la gente que vino de tan lejos, todos aquellos que invirtieron su dinero y su tiempo.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.